Good morning, children. In the previous class, I've discussed about operating system and its function. I've already told you that operating system is an interface between us, means user, and computer hardware. So it is a platform which allows us to do the work. If operating system is missing from the computer, then computer is a useless device. We cannot use the computer for any work. It is like an oxygen, isn't it? Like from human being, if you take out the oxygen, we are useless. Same way from computer, if you take out the operating system, computer is useless. It has lots of function. Like I have said you, it manages the memory, resources, file, even the security purpose of computer is maintained by operating system. Now, today, see our topic is types of operating systems. These operating systems are categorized in different types. Basically, the categorization is done in 6 different types. So number 1, single user operating system. So what is single user operating system? See, as the name says, single user. Single means one. User means person who uses the computer. So when one person uses the computer for one work, that is single user operating system. So this is a very olden technique, old type of operating systems. Nowadays it is not in use, but still this operating system we use for troubleshooting. Troubleshooting means maintenance, repairing of hardware. The best example of single user operating system is DOS. DOS, which stand for disk operating system. The best example. It is there in every computer. It by default inbuilt with all the operating system it comes, but are only used for maintenance purpose. The olden techniques. Nowadays we are not using. So second type, multi-user operating system. Multi means many. That means many user can interact. Many user can use the operating system resource. The best example is the banking sector. You can. In bank, what happens? One main computer is there, that is server, and that computer is distributed. That computer is used. That operating system is used by different other computers. So that's the best example of multi-user. Many user can interact with single computer, single operating system. Many user can interact. So third, you can see multi-processing. Again, multi means many. Processing means capacity to process. Like CPU is the brain of computer. In multi-processing, the CPU has a power to interact, to process, to execute many work together at the same time. Like nowadays we are using, say suppose you are doing some work, you are typing something, but in the background you play a music. In the background you just keep something for downloading. So these three works simultaneously. So these three works are handled simultaneously by an operating system, and such type of operating system is known as multi-processing operating system. Multiple work is processed together. Multiple applications are done together. So children's, fourth type we have is real-time operating system. Real-time means live interactions. So nowadays what happened? You can see railway ticketing. Say two-person from two different places and their source and destination are same. They want to book a ticket at the same time. So what happens? Both will get the same ticket or different? They will get a different ticket number. Reason, that operating system is real time. It's live executions. When say person A is interacting, then person B work is on hold. And say when person B is interacting, person A work is on hold. So in live interaction, only one can use that operating systems. But for us, we think that we are using all together. No, that's real time. Live interaction is going on, and in live, only one person can interact. Other are kept at hold. So that is real time operating system. And number fifth one is distributed operating system. Now, what is distributed? Distributed operating system is like internet. Operating system which are shared by internet. Global. The computer we can use from any place in the world. Globally, we can access the computer. That is distributed operating systems. Operating system which interact with the help of internet. It's clear, children? Distributed means internet concept comes there. Network concept comes there. Operating system with the help of network are shared. And number six is interactive operating system. This is the most common and most familiar. We are using today's time, everyone, almost every persons are using interactive operating systems. Graphical user interface. What you do, you can see there. The graphic part is there. You can read, you can interact, you can see, you can do all sort of work. It's very easy and very simple type of operating system, interactive operating system. Interface is provided to us. And the best example of interactive operating system is Windows. This is clear, students? So Windows is the best example of interactive operating system. Clear? So see, after the types, the next we have is what are the commonly used operating systems. Means there are so many operating system available, different types. Just now I told you there are 6 different types. So out of these 6 different types, each type they have some examples. So from there, the most commonly used, so I'll be explaining that. You can see here 5 different type I have written. Number 1 is Windows. It falls in interactive operating systems. That means graphical user interface. We have from Windows 95, 98, Millennium, that is XP. Then after that, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 8.1, Windows 10. So these are the example of Windows. The most common. You might have heard this name also. Then next we have is a Unix. Unix is the best example of multitasking and multiprocessing operating system. Both work is done together. Then Linux is a freeware software, freeware operating systems, freely available. And fifth one is Solaris. Solaris is actually the part of Unix operating system. Most of the banking sector they use Solaris operating system. Okay, and this Solaris is actually invented by a company known as Sun Microsystem. And the fifth one we have is a mobile operating system. Mobile operating system, you are very familiar with this because nowadays we are not using a keypad phone. Everyone we use a smartphone, Android phone. So what is Android? Android is an example of mobile operating systems. Is this clear, children? So see how many type of most commonly used operating system are there? 5. What are they? Windows, Unix, Linux, Solaris and mobile operating system. The best example of mobile operating system? Android. Clear? So children, we have different types of operating systems and even some common operating system are discussed. Now see from there, interactive operating system, the best example, which is even has a proper interface towards user and computer hardware. So this user interface I'm categorizing in 2 different parts, CUI and GUI. So let me tell you children, what is CUI? CUI is a character user interface and GUI is graphical user interface. So there is some common difference between these two. The CUI, it does not support any multimedia, not even internet. That means every work, whatever you want to do, okay, you have to do using a command, using a character typed from the keyboard. That means mouse interaction is not there. Whereas in case of GUI, we have a mouse interaction. We can do what we see or we can see what we do. So in graphical user interface, multimedia it supports, internet are supported, mouse are supported. That means it is more easier towards user convenient. Like from our side if you think, then among these two, which one is more comfortable? Graphical. That's why we use today's time graphical user interface. See the example I've given here. For character user interface is DOS, and for graphical user interface is Windows. DOS, disk operating system, single user, single task, not in use, only used for troubleshooting, that is hardware maintenance. Windows like Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, these are the most common and familiar type of operating system in today's time, and we use this one. So children, this is all about your chapter 1. Okay, operating system and graphical user interface role and function. So based on this chapter, the exercise I've given there, and your work is to write down the exercise in your copy so that when school get reopens, I will check your copy. Is this clear, children? So your homework begins. Just see.
Okay, so children, your homework begins, and this homework is from the exercise of this chapter 1. Okay, so everyone will do this in your copy. So see your first exercise, that is fill in the blanks. Dash are there in each question. You have to write the appropriate answer in this dash. For this you have to listen the video to understand the video, then you can easily fill the dash. And your second question is like write T for true statement and F for false statement. Four questions are there. You have to read the question and you have to simply write capital T or capital F based on the questions. T for true, F for false. Your third question is match the following. You have two columns. Number one, like mobile operating system. You have to find the appropriate answer for mobile operating system from column 2. And do one thing, children, you just write the answer in a straight line. Okay, don't simply make it cross, crease and like that. Okay, simply write in straight line. And your last exercise is answer the following. The question answers are there with question as well as answer also. So this part simply write down in your copy, complete your work neat and clean. Previous video also one question I gave, that should be present, that should be done in your copy, as well as continuation of that. Today whatever I've given, you need to do that. This is the end of chapter 1. In the next video we'll continue with chapter 2. So some more questions are there. There are total 6 questions. All the question answers are given. This is question number 6. This is the end of your exercise, end of the chapter 1.